Hi everyone, so it's been a little while since my last video, but I thought I'd go through some of my makes from July with you. It's the first time I've done one of these videos, so bear with me. It may not go very smoothly. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully that'll all get edited out, we'll see. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to show you is this, which is the Stevie dress from Tilly and the Buttons. It's one of the new summer patterns that she's just released. And this is basically just like a big t-shirt, a big woven t-shirt, which is great if you want that, you know, that easy pattern, really quick to make up, great for just, you know, lounging around, very effortless kind of pattern. This is what you're looking for, okay? I've made mine up in this cotton from So Me Sunshine. It's from a brand called Tokyo Milk. I'd never heard of them before until I seen this, and now I'm just like, I just want all their stuff, you know. It's that very kind of Japanese, very kitsch kind of designs, and they're just fantastic. But this one is just covered in octopuses and roses and this really vibrant kind of royal purple blue kind of colour, which I really like. Now with this pattern you might notice that my sleeves are a little different from the original pattern, and that is because this fabric was a little narrower than I would have liked, and it was a remnant piece, so I only had a certain amount to work with. So I did some adjustments to the sleeve pattern, basically made it into a kind of a raglan, so you can see almost a triangular shape across the shoulder here. And that's just to allow me to fit that onto my pattern pieces. But the actual shape of the garment is exactly the same. That's not affecting the fit by any means at all. Okay, so I'm going to stand up and hopefully give you a little twirl here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you around the back here. So the Stevie closes with a either a button or a ribbon loop at the back. Don't know if you can hear any of that. So that has a buttonhole or ribbon loop at the back. I've chosen to go for the ribbons on here, which I think is just a really cute little opening. It's got a keyhole opening on the back there, which is really nice. And I've kept mine really mini as well, which I quite like for a summer dress. And I've got short legs, so mini is fine for me, I think. So I'm going to get changed into my next item. Hold a moment. And ta-da! This is the next one to show you. This is the dress 47 from Cali Faye, and I've realised that I'm kind of blending into my sofa right now, so if you're just seeing a floating head and some arms, I am really here. This is just a coincidence that my fabric looks exactly like my sofa does. So this is the dress 47, which I made up in a linen, which I got from Stitch Fabrics. So the dress 47, it's a really fun take on a summer dress. It's a style that I've always really liked. It's got this tie front detail on the front, and that gives you a bit of exposure around the neck and a little bit on the tummy as well, but otherwise completely covered around the back, and it's got quite a full gathered skirt. I've opted to hack mine with buttons down the front because the original pattern is meant to have a zip down the side, which I'm not such a fan on when in zips which have arms, so the zip only comes up to like just below the armhole. I personally just find them very difficult to get in and out of, and I really love button fronted skirts, so this just seemed like a great combination to do. But yeah, it just actually makes things a lot easier to wear for this dress. So if you want to find out about that hack and how I did it, just head over to the blog and I've got a tutorial on how to do that as well. But yeah, it's a great summer dress. I've kept mine quite long, so this is almost like just below the knee, midi length dress. It's got these little like cap sleeves on the top here, and despite the fact that it's quite it's got that tie detail on the front, you think it's going to be quite exposed. I actually find that it is quite covered around the front there. Like I don't feel like I'm going to fall out of this dress by any means. I am wearing a bra with this if anyone wants to know, and you can wear a bra with this without really anyone being able to see anything. Just obviously something with a plunge style at the front there. So yeah, it's great. It's got I don't know if you'll be able to see around the back. It's got, we put a little bit of elastic into the back waistband here, and that is to just keep it cinched together. Otherwise you'll find that it just tends to be a bit baggy around the front here, so it's a really good idea just to, otherwise you'll find that it gets a little bit baggy around the front here, So that just helps just cinch everything in. It's not particularly tight elastic, it's not there to really hold you in, but it's just to keep the waistband close to your skin there. Okay, but I love it. It's got pockets. I would say this, the pockets I found were positioned a little low for me, and I think that maybe because Sarah, the lady who designs these dresses, is about half a foot, if not more, taller than me, and that's just very depressing on another note. But yeah, I think that they've obviously been positioned for longer arms. Alright, so on to the next one. Hold tight. So this one might look familiar because it's almost the same as what I've done before. Basically, it's a dress 47 again, but I've hacked this into a culotte jumpsuit. So I'll just stand so you can kind of see. So this is the dress 47 again, or at least the top half of the dress 47, and I've hacked this to add on some culottes onto the bottom instead of the skirt. I've used the New Look 6446 pattern culottes. Actually, that's originally a jumpsuit, but I've hacked that into a culotte pattern before, so I know that it fits. Then it was just a case of mashing those two things together. With the culottes themselves, I did change them slightly in that I put in a fly front on it instead of the traditional back zip that's meant to go onto those culottes, and that's basically to make it easier to get in and out of, and I just think it looks a lot nicer and a lot neater on the front there. Zip fronts are one of those things that can be really daunting and a bit scary, and I'd really recommend, if you are worried about them, the best place to learn is best way to learn is by doing. And I find the instructions with the Closet Case Ginger Jeans the best ones to use. Heatherloo just has a knack for describing how to do these complicated sewing techniques to make them seem so easy. I've made a couple of pairs of ginger jeans this year, so I've really felt that this was in my wheelhouse, you know, making these and adding this fly front onto these culottes, and actually went in without any difficulty at all, and I'm really happy with how that all turned out. Now, I think in this plain black fabric, this fabric I got from Like So Amazing as part of her blogger team, and this is a linen and cotton mix fabric, great for this kind of weather. We're getting this massive heat wave here in the UK at the moment. You probably see I'm sweating like crazy at the moment because it is just so hot here. You can see out my window, we're just getting our first rain in what seems like forever as well. But yeah, this is really a great day outfit, I think. Well, I feel like it is anyway. You know, it's a little bit dressy, despite it being a bit more of that kind of summery vibe, but I think that, you know, it will take you through spring to autumn, which I really like. So on to the next one. So this is the next one I'm going to show you, and it's one of my favourite makes ever. This is the Burnside Bibs. It's a pattern I've made once before, and I made it in a kind of a floral like hibiscus or navy linen, which I adored. There's just something about the shape and the fit of this dungaree pattern that really appealed to me, and I just really loved that look. It really, you know, really suits my style at the moment. And I really wanted to make a second one, which I've made in this mustard linen. So this is the fabric that this is made out of. This mustard linen is from the fabric store, and it is just gorgeous stuff. This colour, there's just no words to describe how much I love everything mustard right now, everything yellow, which is funny because if you'd asked me a few years ago, I'd been like, yeah, yellow is just like the worst colour ever for me, and now it's like I just love everything in mustard. So these are almost like a wide leg culotte style overall. It's got these long ties that go and cross over around the back. See if I can show you. And they wrap around the side, around the back here. They go around through the loopholes and then tie it around the front like so. They've got these big utility pockets in the front, and big pockets on the back, so they just seem really useful, you know. It's not just there to look cool, they're very functional as well. And I really love the shape of this bib. I just think it's really flattering on my body as well. So yeah, I have a feeling that this is a pattern that I'm going to keep going back to time and time again. And I'm going to show you a couple more items today. Hold tight. So this is the Adrift dress from Papercut Patterns, and one of my latest things that I've made, covered in bits of fluff, sorry, just picking myself off. And this is just the flounciest dress that I own. It's got these drop sleeves with this little ruffle around the side, and it's kind of what I guess you'd call a faux wrap skirt. So it's not an actual, it's a wrap on the skirt, but it joins to the body, so you can't kind of unwrap it as such. But a wrap skirt with a big frill and flounce around the hem as well, and you just pull it over your head and it cinches around the middle with a little tie like so, which is off to the side there, which I think is a really nice touch. I've made this in a really sunny yellow viscose crepe, which I picked up for just £2 a metre at the Peter Jensen fabric sale a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago actually. Time flies. And I just really loved, you know, I really love the colour. It's a really easy dress to make and a really easy dress to wear for that kind of casual summer vibes. So yeah, I think that I might make more of these. Some of those patterns that, you know, I would have seen it before, you know, seen it on other people and seen it on the Papercut website, but it hadn't really struck me as something that I would want to make. And then suddenly, you know, you look at it in a whole new light, and I decided one night, yes, that's the dress that I want to make. Printed it out straight away and actually made it very quickly, which is one of the rare times that I do that. Usually I buy a pattern, I sit on it for like a good 6 months before I actually start making anything, just because I have a massive backlog of sewing projects to do. But every now and then you get something like this which just gets bumped right up to the top, so definitely not a bad thing. I do really like this, and I think it'll be a great, you know, summer dress and holiday dress as well. So yeah, I'm just loving this dress at the moment. I just think it's a really sunny, really happy dress, and I think I'm going to enjoy wearing this quite a lot this summer. Got one more thing to show you today. Alright, and this last thing that I'm showing you today is this t-shirt. This is the Equinox Tee from Fantastique, and it's my most recent attempt at getting that kind of perfect t-shirt pattern. I've actually made this twice. I won't show you both of them because it's essentially the same, but this one is the pink version I've made. I've made it in a plain white, and I've added on this iron-on decal right here, which I think just adds that really cute touch. So I made this with my Cricut maker, where it's basically a cutting machine, and I think I might do a video on that at some point in the future. But it's a cutting machine, you put in your design and it cuts it out, and then just iron it on wherever you want to. So I really like this little one right here. So this t-shirt's a little bit boxier shaped, comes just off the shoulder with this little cap sleeve. I had to take it in on the shoulder a little bit, because looking at the pictures on the website, this is where it's meant to end on your shoulder, but I think that it's just been drafted for someone with broader shoulders than me, so I've taken it in about an inch on both sides, and it's got quite a nice boxy shape. It's, you know, that kind of loose boxy shape here, and I actually really like this pattern. Even more so than I thought I would. I think I need to try making it up in some lighter jersey. So this is quite a heavy knit jersey that I got from Stoff Stil. I think it would do better in something slightly lighter as well. So I'm thinking I might try it out in a stripe if I get a chance to, because I think that'd be really cute. But I really love this style of t-shirt. I think I'm going to still keep going on my t-shirt quest, because I think there's still more to explore on that front, and finding something that really suits me, both my style and my body shape as well. Or at least I hope there is something out there. That'd be very sad if I find that there's nothing that kind of, and there's, say if this was a Venn diagram, it's like my body type, my style, and nothing overlaps in the middle. That'd be a very sad day, no? But anyway, these are most of my makes I've made in July this year. I think it's not everything actually. I'm feeling that I've missed some things, and some things are loitering around in other parts of my wardrobe which I have not brought out at the moment, but if I remember to, I'll add them onto the next video. So thanks for watching this July makes video. Hopefully there'll be more of these and I'll get into the habit of doing these kind of things more regularly. But yeah, thank you for watching and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye now.